Hey guys, Madison here, and today I am kicking off a 4-part reaction series to Lonesome Dove starring Tommy Lee Jones and Robert Duvall. I am so excited. I ran a poll on my YouTube channel because I have had this recommended to me so many times, and I was like, okay, should I do it? Should I do it? Because I really want to do it. And I ran a poll on my channel, and the answer was a resounding yes. The people have spoken, so here I am. I'm finally reacting to Lonesome Dove, and I am so excited. If you've seen my last reaction, my reaction to Cool Hand Luke, I talked about my schedule for March 2023. I'm going to be reacting to Lonesome Dove, and I'm also going to be reacting to Season 3 of The Mandalorian. It's going to be a really exciting month. So a couple of questions I think people might be asking in the comments. I have not read the novel Lonesome Dove, although that is on my list of books to read this year if I can somehow find the time. So this is a blind watch here. I have not read the novel, so I don't know the plot or what's going to happen. Although I do think, so this was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, I watched this documentary on the History Channel, and it was about Charlie Goodnight, and I can't remember who the other person was now, I'm so sorry, but it was Charlie Goodnight and the guy who was with him on that cattle drive. And so I know the real history that I think inspired this, because I think that true story inspired Lonesome Dove, if I remember correctly. So I don't know how loosely Lonesome Dove is based on that true story, or if it's sort of true to life. I don't even know if the characters have the same names. I don't know any of that stuff. I'm just kind of going in blind here. So I'm really excited to watch this, guys. Again, I've been wanting to watch this for a really long time, since at least last year. Actually longer than that. So excited to finally be getting to do this, and I hope you guys enjoy. We don't rent pigs. They messed up that snake real good. It's a good reason to have pigs. Already breaking a horse first thing in the morning.
A little early for you two to be quitting, ain't it, girl? Or is it Christmas? God, Woodrow, as long as you work around horses.
Can we eat now, or do we have to wait till the argument's over?
Well, you boys can sleep easy tonight knowing Ranger Captain Woodrow F. Call is out there guarding the river. Keep you safe from Indians and...
Well, then how come the captain goes to the river every night?
Oh, he just misses the wild old days around here when he had somebody to outwit, that's all.
I'll walk that bell if I want to.
He will ring that bell if he wants to.
If that's the case, your wife over in Mexico must be getting pretty rusty by now. She don't get sharpened more than what? Twice a year, does she, Ball?
She is old. Like you.
Well, the older the violin, the sweeter the music. Well, then how about one of your daughters? Hell, you got, what, 9 of them, ain't you?
Duvall's character, man, he's a piece of work. I can tell already.
Don't be so hard on that boy, Woodrow. Hell, let him sit a while. The only chance he got at education is listening to me talk.
What kind of education is that?
Evening, my good friend.
Ah, Mr. Gus, come in, come in.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't come in here to play no cards.
There's nothing else to do around here anyway, is there?
How anybody pretty as her wind up in Lonesome Dove anyway?
There's a gambler named Tinker that left her here a couple of years ago. Oh, it was all right with her. She was a rat holding her tips on him, see? Trying to save enough to get to San Francisco. I kind of like her, don't you?
You been with her?
Sure, who ain't? Even Wants treats himself once or twice a week.
So is that gambler gone now and she's on her own working at the saloon? Hope so.
I ain't giving you no business, all right? Now go on. Now, it's hard to have fun in a place like this, but I do my best. Biscuits are ready.
Those look good, actually.
Hurry, P.
Don't take a hacksaw to cut them eggs the way you fry them up. And coffee grounds, Ball. I don't care.
Come look who's riding up the road.
There ought to be deets he's due back from the bank in San Antonio this morning, ain't he? That's deets, all right.
Those other.
God Woodrow. That's Jake Spoon.
Did?
Howdy, this Jake Spoon.
Howdy.
And who's this?
Don't you remember me, Jake? Used to buy me hard candy. Hey, you gave me my first ride of horseback.
It was gonna be real awkward if he didn't remember.
Hey, you best get these two boys to work digging that well.
Well, now, Captain, I don't.
You don't mind doing a little well digging to pay for your breakfast, do you, do you?
We whooped them down here, didn't we? And how them was Comanches.
I don't remember you being no lover of cows, neither. Pretty whores, cards, clean shirts was more your line.
Damn mule skinner threw down on me in a saloon, shot back at him with a buffalo gun, and killed the dentist. Pure accident, but I killed him. The plank wall won't stop no 50
Oh my gosh.
This one
That
was
poor
married.
guy.
Well, ain't nothing changed much around here since you left, Jack.
Little neuter, surprisingly. Guess I had a mind it was still just a spud. What about Maggie?
Maggie's been dead 9 years, Jake.
You've had little Newt all this time.
Hell, Leak, today ain't a holiday. Let's you and me see if we can't help them boys out there.
After all, one of you boys is most likely his dad.
Wow. And there's no way of knowing which. We don't have DNA testing back then. Arkansas now.
July, you get out here. I want to talk to you. It's my rooster, but he keeps running off. July, when do you aim to start after that murderer, Jake Spoon?
The thing is, Peach, everybody pretty much agrees it was an accident.
That rooster.
Oh, no, I never said I wasn't going after him.
Rooster! What about Jake Spoon?
I expect to find him down around San Antonio somewhere, Peach.
Man, she just straight up murdered that rooster. Now, this sheriff can't chase Jake out of state. Like, his jurisdiction is only in his county unless he's a U.S. deputy marshal.
In all your world travels, Jake, you didn't run across Claire nowhere, did you?
Still married to that horse trader, Bob Allen, if that's what you're asking. Bob's close to rich, did you know that? Army gets most of its horses from him.
First he gets Claire, then he gets rich. I gotta imagine that. And him so dumb he could hardly walk through a door without bumping his head.
Well, why did Claire marry him and not Jake? Wonder what happened there.
Easy there.
Want some help?
Not from you, I don't. I never seen a more intelligent filly. Just look at the way she's watching.
Well, she ain't watching you 'cause she loves you.
Why not go up to Montana? Herd a horse, maybe.
Well, you ain't no more a cattleman than I am, Carl.
I want to see that country. Boy, bankers and lawyers all get it. We're going to Mexico tonight.
Gonna become horse thieves, huh? That's a hanging crime. I think she's busy.
Great. Come on in here, son.
Well, thanks anyway.
Well, that's probably gonna be a source of tension.
I'm gonna run out now.
Walk off by myself, Jake.
Jake, you put him up to this?
Hell no, Captain. I found him outside behind the alley there trying to see how fast he could drain a bottle.
Yeah, I don't think he's in any shape to go. That would be a bad idea.
Evening, Joe.
Evening.
How's your mama been today?
She was sick again this morning for a while.
I've been thinking. Maybe I better go on and catch Jake Spoon.
Do what?
Well, I know that.
Pete's been bullying you again, is that it? Wipe your lip, July. We've been married 5 months. Now you want to ride off to God knows where, and all because of Peach.
I was thinking maybe I'd take Roscoe.
No, you take Joe with you. He's got to grow up sometime. It won't hurt him to
He's
see
way
the
too
world.
young to
Well,
do
I don't
something
know,
like that.
Ellie.
Well, I know. I'll go tell him.
Strange.
Better to have that. It's not needed than it is needed to not have.
That is a fair point. That is a great sky back there.
Big camp is just a couple miles over that ridge, Captain.
Why would you bring the man who's still half drunk? Terrible idea.
singing. White folks singing.
Oh, whiskey made me pawn me clothes, and whiskey gave me a broken nose. Else?
You men just hold steady there.
Murderers, Anna! Murderers!
I believe that muse hobble, son. That's why his legs won't work. Need you. Run get the horses.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Guston got the horses.
Boys best pack up and go with us.
Oh man, this is cool.
We're being chased? I don't doubt it. Jake shooting off his pistol like a darn fool. Head for home.
Bunch of horses coming this way from the river, Captain. Big bunch.
Hang on your head, Harvey.
Uh-oh. Are they about to run into them? Oh gosh. It's madness. There was nothing they could do about that. Happened too fast.
Not bad for a night's work. More than 100 horses and 2 lost irons.
All we need now is cattle.
Let's get them horses here in that thicket up there.
Don't you even want your breakfast first, Woodrow? Now we're gonna suffer for the rest of our damn lives.
Yeah, I forgot how determined he can get once an idea takes root.
Can't believe he's taking that kid with him.
Well, you ready, Joe?
Yes, sir, I reckon.
Well, give her a
Joe's
kick. Let's
kind of
go.
wanting out of here.
I thought July told you to look after Elmira.
Well, she said she don't want no looking at. You mean she left town? Well,
Maybe got her another man somewhere. And she's gonna have a baby, too.
a baby.
I doubt she ever told him, but I know she is. I seen her with the morning sick.
I wondered about that.
Now you see to it, you hear? Or you'll be the one gets blamed.
All right, Peach.
I think Peach should go and do this. You know, she gets things done. I need a series about Peach. I wondered if she had morning sickness when the kid mentioned it, but then they didn't talk about a baby or anything, so I was like, well.
See that, did you?
What was it about?
About you.
About me.
He done it. He fancies you. Says he's gonna marry you.
He can't marry me. Well, you go tell him I already got a husband.
Give me a hand over here.
They mentioned, what was his name? Deep Blue? They mentioned him earlier. That's weird. What's going on here?
Grab another one, boys.
That girl in there gone and got married or what? Every time I jingle my money, she give me a look like she's ready to carve my liver.
Lori darling. Lippy?
Laurie obviously has her favorites, and she has the ones that she's like having nothing to do with.
I'm with Jake now, Gus. You know that.
Yeah, I do know that, honey.
Jake takes care of me now.
Jake Spoon's never take care of nobody in his whole life. Truth is, he always finds somebody to take care of him.
He's taking me to San Francisco, though.
Jake's slippery like a needle. My guess is he'll use a cattle drive to leave you once the time comes.
Well, if Jake's going on the drive, then I'm going too.
$50 for the poke.
$50?
I'll give you $50.
Even if you had $50, Lippy, the answer would still be no.
Now, if I'm high, I'll still give you the $50, but I get the poke. I ain't trying to cut Jake out. I just want a poke. You might need the $50.
You cheated, didn't you?
Well, I wouldn't say I did, I wouldn't say I didn't, but I will say this. A man who wouldn't cheat for a poke don't want one bad enough. Well, hello there, Jake. Wait late at school. I helped you down from your horse.
Where you been all afternoon?
I was playing a hand with Lori. Why don't you bring her on a drive?
On a drive?
Yeah. Be a safer way to travel than you two just striking out on your own.
Think you'll go with us?
I tell you what I do think. I think Jake's always been too leaky a vessel for anybody to put much hope in.
What's wrong, Sean? I miss my mother. I'm sure you'll see her again someday. No, she died before me and my brother left home. What about your pa? I don't know nothing about him.
Don't go up there with him, please. Don't.
I have to.
What was all Gus up to all afternoon? You didn't come back till sundown. Gus always was a fool with his money.
I turned him down, though. I told him I was with you now.
I reckon he got his poke. If I'm wrong, you can hit me back.
We cut cards for it. And I can't prove it, but I know he cheated.
I should have warned you about cutting cards with that old cud.
Suddenly, I'm not such a fan of Jake.
You ain't planning on leaving me here. If you do go, are you?
Well, them cowboys in love with you? Hell, I'd have to kill half of them before we got to the Red River if I was to take you along.
I'm going with you, Jake. Whether you go on the drive or not. I just want to go to San Francisco. Like you promised me. I know you ain't, Jake.
Morning.
Morning.
You're up awful early.
Jake, let's leave today.
Today?
Go and buy me a horse, will you?
What's he gonna do with that thing?
That's supper. Paul will make a good stew with that.
This is gonna be interesting.
That's a fine-looking horse you're riding.
Jake bought her for me. From Mary Pumphrey.
Well, I'm surprised she'd sell her.
Well, I had $50 to spend, Gus.
Money well spent, Jake.
Well, Jake, I see you've made your decision.
Yes, we've decided to try our luck in San Francisco. I believe we'll...
Woodrow, let's go on and go if we're going.
Oh, you mean now? I was thinking of making another run to Mexico before we left. You boys, check your gear. We'll be leaving first light in the morning. Where we're going, about 2,500 miles that way.
Long way. He's feeling a little nostalgic.
Don't take us so hard, Xavier. There's plenty of whores. Ride up to San Antonio and recruit you another.
I would have given her money, bought her clothes. I love her.
Hell, we all love her, every darn one of them.
But I would have married her.
If it helps any, it's my opinion. She made a poor bargain. Going with Jake Spoon.
Goodbye, my fine friend.
Goodbye to you, my good friend.
What are you doing in my wagon? Jumped off the roof, and here's where I landed.
Well, you better jump back up there then, because this wagon's going to Montana.
Oh, Pete! Pick it up!
It's funny, ain't it? All them cattle and 9/10 of the horses are stolen. Well, we don't rent pigs. And I figure it's better to say it right up front, because a man that does like to rent pigs he's hard to stop.
Captain sent me ahead to scout a good place across the herd.
Deets? Where'd you come from, Deets? We're all right now, Lori.
I might need you to shoot a bandit. One gets after me. You two best cross the river to the other side, make your camp. Gonna come a storm tonight. Be harder to cross tomorrow.
Oh, that's so gross.
You sorry you're on this trip, miss?
It's gonna be a lot harder than I thought. I can already see that.
Well, I believe you're up to it, ain't you?
Oh, Woodrow.
tie the horses to the tree. Gosh.
That's fine with you, ain't it, Lippy? You could use a good wash.
It's a bunch of bet, though.
Yeah, I be wishing we go around them. I crossed an ocean. I don't know why I'm feeling afraid to be crossing a river.
Oh, well, the horse survived. Did both horses survive?
Find your horse.
I was afraid the tree had fallen on him. Okay. Could have turned out a lot worse.
I best call him back before he gets lost himself. You get any prettier and I may be forced to cut the cards with you again.
I'll do the shuffle the next time. I don't trust you.
I swear, Jake, are you jealous?
Why wouldn't I be when you try to poke every woman I ever even looked at?
Good idea to keep that mare hobbled at night. She was on her way back to Lonesome Dove when I found her.
Back up, we're going to San Antonio for a while.
Jake, I already told you I ain't going to San Antonio. I already been there.
Don't me.
Go on and gamble if you want to gamble then.
Just leave you here. Because Gus will be riding over here every morning wanting to teach you card tricks. That's why not.
Oh, I can't recall if she ever did mention you, did she?
That's so mean. Oh, the deep river crossing.
Come on, Mouse. Yeah. Come on over, Sean. Try it.
Come on, boy.
Water moccasins!
Everything was so nice and, you know, peaceful. We're just crossing the river, happy, and then boom! One of my greatest fears, snakes. Oh gosh, that was terrible. Oh my gosh, that last image of it like on the side of his face, I can't. Poor Sean, he deserved better. He was so just adorable, you know? Gosh, I guess he's the first casualty of this group. Man, things just escalated so quickly. Wow, so I'm really enjoying this so far. You know, they really took their time at the beginning to set up the characters and the different plot threads here. We've got some interesting dynamics going on already with, you know, Lori, she's a piece of work, sure, but I feel bad for her because she's trying to get her life started. Like, I think she's kind of wanting to get out of the life she's been in and start fresh, and her and Jake, obviously, they're a nice pair. They really care about each other, but I don't like the way he treats her at all. Very disrespectful. Never hit a lady, guys. She clearly favors Jake over everyone else, but she also clearly likes Gus. Like, she doesn't discourage him. She's always like kind of flirting with him and stuff when he's around. So I think she's very much a player. She likes playing the field. But Jake is very understandably jealous about her being that way because I think he is planning to marry her and settle down with her. Although he hasn't proposed yet, but they're basically going out to San Francisco to start a life together, right? And she's still flirting around and stuff with these other guys, so he's understandably very angry about that and doesn't like Gus hanging around. And Gus should be respectful and not hang around and do that when he knows Jake's intentions, but he doesn't care. I think he likes messing with him and messing with everyone, so kind of, you know, kind of twisting the knife a little. So we've got some very interesting character dynamics going on so far, some very interesting relationships, and I'm very interested to see where this goes in the next 3 episodes. I really enjoyed that first one. That one was very much the setup episode, and not until kind of the very end here did we have the adventure finally starting embarking on this journey, this 2,500-mile journey. Crazy. And yeah, like I said, things just escalated very quickly, and like there's a lot of excitement and hardship in store. I'm really enjoying the cast so far. Obviously Tommy Lee Jones and Robert Duvall, but I also really enjoy Danny Glover. I'm so excited that he's in this. I really enjoyed him in Silverado. This series so far is definitely doing a great job of portraying the simplicity but the incredible hardship of the Old West so far, just kind of the ruggedness of it, the roughness of the lifestyle. Everything's dirty, and it also is depicting really well the complexity of the people, that a lot of the people were not just good or bad. There was a lot of gray area there. Like Gus and Woodrow were both lawmen. Like he said, they both used to be lawmen, but now they're horse thieves, and they're breaking the law. And so that was so true. So often, like so many lawmen back in the Old West were once outlaws. Like they go from outlaws to lawmen, or they go from lawmen to outlaws. It happened more often than you would think, where men were on both sides of the law at different points in their lives, and it was less about morality for a lot of them and more about the money, like which job, which way of life is going to make me more money. It was which one am I kind of feeling more at the time, you know? There was just a lot of back and forth, and again, gray area with so many of them. So it's really interesting to see that at play here in this series already. They definitely have me hooked, and that was quite a cliffhanger to end on there, quite a big moment. So poor Sean, I'm assuming, yeah, there's no saving him, I would say, from that. That was just absolutely terrifying. Like usually when you think about snakes, you think about one. You don't think about like a pack of snakes attacking, but now I think of that viral YouTube video from several years back where that like iguana lizard is running from like the pack of snakes chasing him, and it's the most, I would say it's still the most epic video I've ever seen in my life, because it's real. Like it's not a movie, it's not staged, and it's just like cinematically shot, this epic mini film of an iguana running from all these snakes, and they're like jumping across the rocks and falling through the cracks, you know, and he miraculously gets away even when you think he won't. It's a piece of cinema, it's a piece of art. If you haven't seen it, YouTube search it and it will come up. But that's what I think of now, because that was the first time I ever saw like a pack of snakes hunting. I never realized that they did that. I always thought it was just kind of one snake on its own. So that's really terrifying, really terrifying. You guys know I don't like heights, don't like, you know, deep open water, and then snakes. That's just another huge one for me, where no. Every time I've seen a snake out on the trail when I'm riding, I'm just like, oh, they give me the heebie-jeebies, you know, and I give them a very wide berth. My horses thankfully have not cared this far. I think it takes them a while to even notice the snake is there, or maybe they can tell when it's not poisonous, because the ones that I have crossed their paths are rat snakes or a black racer. Like it's not the poisonous, dangerous ones. Thank goodness. I don't want to come across a rattlesnake or like a copperhead or something. So I always wonder, like, would my horse react differently if it was a poisonous snake as opposed to a non-poisonous snake? I hope I don't have to find out, but yeah, not a fan of water moccasins. Ugh. R.I.P. Sean. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I'm really looking forward to the next 3 episodes to see where this story goes and what happens to these characters, because they definitely have me hooked and invested. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far, and I will see you guys next week for episode 2 of Lonesome Dove. If you want to see the full-length version of this reaction, head on over to my Patreon. You can find the link in the description, and I will see you guys next week for episode 2.